Hi everyone, I wanted to show you today how to make a good health jar, or you could put this in like a little pouch or something. Because obviously I've had like health things going on at the moment, and I thought it'd be nice to have a little boost to my health, so I decided to make a little health jar. Now, obviously, consider this as just an aid to your healing and to aid with your sort of spiritual and mental healing. Because obviously modern medicine is the way you need to go to actually heal something. Just think of like spells and witchcraft stuff as like a boost to more your sort of spiritual side of things and healing spiritually and mentally. There are herbs in the world that do heal certain things, like peppermint's good for indigestion and bloating and things like that. But obviously, if you've got a serious medical condition going on, don't rely on this to heal you. Have this as a aid, as a boost, but take all the medicine and your doctor's advice, because that's the only way you're going to get better. Is use modern medicine, and you can use this as like a bit of a boost on top. So first of all, what you will need. Now, I've wrote down a list here of quite a few herbs and things just to give you some variation. You can choose whatever you want to use. Go for like protective herbs, and there are certain herbs that have benefits for whatever condition it is. So say you've got a cough, there are certain herbs you could use for that. So I've given a list of things, and the only thing I forgot to add to this list is you need a small tiny piece of paper, because you'll need to write your name on it, so it's sort of the jar's for you. But everyone's got pieces of paper lying around, so I'm sure that's easy enough to sort out. But yeah, so you're going to need a jar, some salt. You can use black salt, you can use regular salt, you can use table salt, you can use whatever salt you've got around the house. You don't have to specifically have black salt for workings and things. You can just use regular table salt, it will do the job. Basically use what you've got in the house, because in the past, like many, hundreds of years ago, people just used what they had in their house and made it work. So you can use anything. And you can also add your favourite herbs. So if there's any particular herb that makes you happy, or you always sort of get a positive feeling from, you can include that. So for me, that's lavender, because a lot of people in my family have used lavender for various things, whether it be little lavender pouches in their lawn, in the drawer to prevent moths, or to just make it smell nice. Grown lavender, collected lavender. A lot of people in my family have, like a lot of like my grandma and stuff, have had lavender, or they've used like potpourri and things like that. So lavender's always like one where I know it's a bit of a Marmite kind of herb, where you either love the smell or you hate it. And I love the smell of lavender, and it always makes me smile and always reminds me of my childhood, because I used to have like lavender bags and lavender things around when I was younger. So I add that just for sort of the joy element. It makes me smile. And obviously rosemary's quite a protective herb, and so is sage. Star anise is supposed to be a good one for healing as well. And chamomile is really good for calming and relaxing your body. People use chamomile to make chamomile tea. You can actually buy chamomile tea from the supermarket, ready-made. And it's supposed to be a really good one for calming the mind and relaxing. Some people will drink chamomile tea before going to bed. For this jar, though, this is going to be a jar where the herbs are sealed in the jar and you carry it around with you. This is not to mix together and drink, because with herbs, you've got to know what you're doing. You need to know that, because obviously different people react to different things. So for what herb that might be good for one person to ingest will be really bad for another. And also some sort of herbs and things are not suitable for human consumption. So I prefer to do things like this where it's in a pouch or a jar and it's used as a thing to carry around. If I'm going to ingest something like chamomile tea, I tend to buy it from the supermarket ready-made because I know it's safe for human consumption, what's in it. So, step one, what you need to do is cleanse your jar. Now, you can cleanse the jar the traditional way, which is, just clean it with washing up liquid, leave it to dry. But then also, if you want to do a sort of spiritual cleanse on it as well, you can use smoke. You could use water. It depends what your preferred method of cleansing your spiritual objects is. I personally like to use smoke, so I'll get like an incense stick of my favourite smell, or it might be like a protective herb smell. So I might use sage, I might use, I like dragon's blood just because I like the smell of it. Something like that, and I'll just use that to smoke cleanse the jar. Then number 2, what you need to do is add your chosen herbs. If you've only got salt and pepper around your house, you can just use salt and pepper. It's absolutely fine. Just use what you have. You don't have to buy stuff that's specific. And you can improvise. You could add, if it's like spring and summer, you could add daisies from your garden. You could add rose petals. I know rose petals are more for love and stuff, but you could sort of bring that sort of loving positive energy into you by using the rose petals in the jar. But yeah, like I said, if all else fails, salt and pepper will do the trick, because salt's like quite a cleansing thing, and then pepper would be like your sort of protection herb. So add your chosen herbs to your jar. I like to use quite little jars because they're more convenient. Like the tiny little ones that you can carry around in your bag. You can use little pouches as well. You can even like sew a little pouch out of material. Whatever material you use as your pouch, just make sure the herbs aren't going to escape, basically. And then what you need to do is take a little piece of paper, very small one, that's going to fit in your jar. It depends on the size of your jar. And you need to write your name on it. And I recommend writing your full name. Obviously, for demonstration purposes, I've just wrote FUM. But write your full name. So I would write my full real name. You can include your date of birth as well if you want it to, so it specifically is definitely for you. Then what you do is over the top of your name, you write 3 times good health or healing or get well, and you make sure it crosses over your name 3 times. So I'm going to show you on my little piece of paper at the bottom. So make sure it crosses over your name because you want the good health for you. And the whole time that you're doing this, think about how it feels to be nice and healthy, how happy you will feel when you're healthy again. Think of all those positive thoughts about, I'm going to get well, I'm going to be better, I'm going to be healthy, as you write on the piece of paper. Then what you need to do for step 5 is roll up your little piece of paper, or you can fold it. If you're folding it, fold it towards you because you want to bring the healing to you. But you can just roll it up and put it in your jar. Try and make sure as well that the herbs are covering your piece of paper. So what I tend to do is put everything in and give the jar a bit of a shake, because you want the paper mixed in with those herbs, or you can add more herbs on top of your piece of paper to make sure it's covered. And then you need to seal your jar. This could be by just putting the lid on. This could be just by popping the cork in. If you've got a little jar and it hasn't got a cork or anything, if all else fails, seal it up with a bit of tape. Anything that'll just stop the herbs getting out. If you've got a cork, you can pop the cork in. If you buy the little jars from like the craft store, or you can get them online, dead cheap. Just put the little cork in and press it down really hard so it's nice and secure. And then what you can do is place this jar under your bed, where, anywhere where you're going to spend the most time. So if, say, you're not very well and you're in bed at the moment, place it under your bed, or you can carry it with you. If it's like that's why I said, like, if you can get like the little jars, the little mini ones, you can carry it in your bag. You can carry it in a pocket. You can, wherever you're going to be, have it. You could put it on your altar space if you can't carry it around with you. I've done that in the past. Anywhere where it can be nice and safe and where you spend a lot of time is the best place to put it. If you want to and you have access to green wax, like if you've got a little green candle, it can be a green birthday candle, or you could seal it with white wax, it doesn't matter, but green is like for health. If you want to use colour correspondences, you can seal it with green wax. You could tie a green ribbon around it and add a little charm to your jar. It's up to you really, because it's your jar, so you can decorate it and finish it off as you wish. And then I decided to add this disclaimer at the end because I don't want people thinking that this is the only way to heal themselves, because it's not. Think of spell jars and things as an aid to healing, but not a cure. So this is more for your sort of spiritual and mental cleansing and healing, and an aid to your healing, to give you those positive vibes, that positive energy towards healing. But at the end of the day, you need to rely on modern medicine. Modern medicine is what will cure you if you've got an illness, and you need to do exactly what your doctor says. This is just an aid, a spiritual aid to help in that healing and to bring that positive energy into your life to help you heal, and give you that positive mindset of, I'm going to get better, because you'll be amazed what your body can do. Obviously, if you've got a cold or something, your body will just sort it out itself, but it's nice to just have this as an extra boost. But if you've got a more serious illness or a medical condition, carry on taking your medication, do exactly what your doctor says. This is just an aid to help you. I just wanted to add that because I know before I've had comments saying that, like, will this make me, like, stuff like this is like, will this make me better, or like, will this help me with such and such when I've done other jars and stuff. And it's like, well, it's supposed to, but it's not going to be a cure-all on its own or anything. It's more of a boost, a spiritual boost to your healing. That's the way you have to think about it. So I've always said, make sure you still take your medications and stuff. Hope this helps you bring those positive vibes back into your body and the healing energy to your body. So yeah, hope it helps you. For me personally, I'm gonna make one because I'm gonna do mine today. I'm gonna put this under my bed just to help me, because I've got a cold at the moment, so it's just to aid in healing my cold. Because I got a bit of a sort of sinusy thing going on. So yeah, that's what I'm going to use it for. And then I'm going to carry on taking my medication and have use like Vicks Vapor Rub and stuff to help clear my sinuses and steam and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, and the rest of this is just me colouring in my jar to make it look pretty. So that's it. That's how to make a good health jar to help bring healing energy to you. You could use this for a friend as well if you want to. You can put their name on the little petition paper inside. You don't have to just do it for yourself. And then what you can do is either give it to your friend, or you can leave it on your altar space. I've done that in the past. If I've wanted someone to help someone's healing, I've made a jar and put it on my altar space to help them. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and blessed be, and bye for now.